Well, welcome everyone to another episode of the Customer Ed Nuggets podcast. I'm independent learning tech analyst John Lay of Talented Learning, hosting today's show with a special guest host and customer education expert, Authentic Learning Labs founder and CEO, Tamer Ali. Tamer, welcome and thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, John. It's great to see you again. Appreciate
Awesome.
it. Always nice to be here.
Oh, great. Nice to have you. Always. Listeners and viewers, thanks for tuning in to another episode. We're privileged to be prioritized in your busy lives. I founded this podcast to provide ongoing short format customer education, LMS advice, best practices, and perspective from the world's foremost education experts. We cover all customer edge, business, technology, functionality, integration, deployment, measurement, content, and marketing topics. If you're a practitioner on learning technology, vendor anywhere in the customer education world and want to learn from experienced experts in 10 minutes or less, this show is for you. Today, Tamer and I are going to be discussing the biggest challenges customer education organizations have with learning analytics success. Listeners, if you're in customer education, then you know how important learning analytics are. If you can't measure improved business impact with all your customer training efforts, you're flying behind and wasting money, and really limiting your growth and impact on the organization. All LMSs have training progress reporting, who has been assigned, started, completed a training activity, that kind of data, but it only shows one dimension of your audience. Tell us how analytics is different than LMS reporting in customer education. They seem like the same thing, but there's a big important difference. What's the difference?
Yes, and it's key. The traditional LMS, you get to download the data, you see who's doing what course, etc., grades and scores. It's great, very useful. Where we talk about analytics, we're talking about bringing insights into the data, putting a lens on it, bringing in the business systems, the things that are impacting or being impacted by the learning. For example, CRM, support tickets, maintenance calls. Those could also be, and commerce transactions could all be married to the metrics that are being pulled from the learning, and that draws out dashboards and insights that you don't normally get. So that's where learning analytics differ.
Yeah, and that's what's so exciting about customer education, Tamer, is that with just regular LMS reporting for employees, it's kind of boring stuff. But with customer education, marrying that to the actual business data, you can actually see business performance and how you're making money and saving money for your organization. And what organization wouldn't want to know that business impact? So what's the problem? Why doesn't everybody just do it? Well, I don't know why there's always challenges in learning technology, but there is. Tamer, and we're going to discuss the three biggest challenges or the three biggest obstacles to overcome to reach learning analytics success. And we're going to base that based on our joint careers here. So there's a lot of, before our call, we strategized on a list of 10 things, from access to business data, security, privacy, data quality, a whole bunch of things. And we picked our favorite three here in an unscripted way. Tamer, as the CEO and founder of a successful customer and professional education learning system provider, what is the biggest challenges to data analytics success in customer education?
It's an access issue, John. For most of the people we talk to, is that there are systems, great systems, but access to those data points and putting it in a place where they can start marrying it and analyzing it together is the biggest issue. They've made their investments in Salesforce, commerce, marketing automation, support desk software, whether it's Zendesk or Salesforce, and then an LMS installation and maybe other platforms in addition to the LMS, Zoom or what we're using today. But they have got no way of bringing that data together, whether it's because it's access issues, they don't know how, or they don't have
it. Yeah, excellent. And quick advice on how to resolve that. Is it just a communication issue?
Well, other than selfishly wanting to get involved ourselves, right, to help, we want to solve the problem, even if we are not involved. Is start asking for the standard stuff that you can and piecemeal it together. Don't get overwhelmed with the lack of access, but start turning on the lights.
Yeah, cool. Well, here, let me take the next one. Number 2 here. I think a problem that I see all the time is that there's too much data and there's not processes. So, let's say that you deliver a course to 20,000 people and you collect 20,000 survey records. What do you do with that? It just sits somewhere. And so This question of too much data, the way to resolve that or why that's important is that you're collecting all this data, but you can't see it. You can't visualize it. You can't take any actions on it when it becomes so big. There's no brain big enough to process it. So what's really important, what smart organizations do in customer education, is really focus on what they want to measure and how they're going to go about measuring it and creating a plan to navigate that, including creating things like data visualizations into that data, so that you don't have to like scour the data. It just scours for you. So I think creating those is what best organizations are doing. It's just having a dashboard like they're flying the space shuttle. Your turn. Number 3. What's another one?
I would say, and it's another access issue, is access to the team to help you. They're always on borrowed time. So when we talk to organizations, even the largest organizations we speak with, these corporations that do have the financial means, they can't tap the resources for long enough to build a practice. We'll get them. I've got someone for, the terminology these days. I'm going to get 2 sprints from this person. It sounds very strange these days, what we talk about, but I'm going to get this for 2 sprints, and that's all I can get. And I can't ask them for more. And then you get them and you squeeze them in for what you have. And that person's probably going to be hurried and rushed, and they provide you whatever perspective, talent they have. And then they're gone again. So you're wait for the next one. Or in the other side scenario is they don't have access to those people at all.
Yeah.
In both cases, we get involved. We help and supplement those resources.
Yeah. And so there's access to resources out there in general to be able to sub that work out and bring it into a team versus a full-time hire. So that would be the solution to it. So there you have it, folks. According to us self-declared customer education experts, the 3 most important obstacles to overcome in learning analytics are solving the access to data problem, making sure that you have a plan so that you can analyze that data and know what you're going for and do that in a visualized way, and then come up with a plan on how you can have access or get access to data scientists that can help you create these dashboards and visualizations and crunch all this data in a way that you can use learning analytics the way it's supposed to be used, which is to measure your impact in the business organization. I want to offer a special thanks to our guest, Tamer. Tamer, thanks for stopping by. It's great to have you here again. You can, you're welcome. You can learn more about Tamer's solution at authenticlabs.io. Listeners and watchers, thanks for tuning in to another episode. We hope you find lots of value from these customer education nuggets, and you can find a whole bunch more customer education resources on talentedlearning.com, where we've launched a new customer education learning system resource center, which has tons and tons of stuff on it to help all professionals in this. If you enjoyed today's episode and want to show your support, please like and share and enter a comment below. If you think there's other challenges that are more important than the ones Tamer and I mentioned in your organization, put it in the comments below so that we can all learn. So there you have it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We hope to see you on the next. Have a great day.